Wow, so much for technology. We have been playing with another software. Unfortunately, the software decided that it wasn't going to pull the live up. So we're back with our normal selves because the software decided it was just going to not, it said it was connected to the live, but it didn't. So we're going to continue with our watch along for the lunchtime games. We're going to look at the championship and we're going to look at League One. So we have 6 games in all. As I open up my, let's go which games we're going to first. And we're going to go through the championship teams before we start. So let's go through because we've got started 11 minutes late. So we're going to Leeds versus Burnley, and we'll do that first. Please like and subscribe. Put that there for now. Yeah, just that. No, can't put that there. It would be better if the other software had worked, wouldn't it? So in goal we have for Leeds, Ilan Meslier. We have Bogle, Rodon, Struik, and Firpo at the back. We have in midfield Nonto, Groyev, Arneson, Ampadu, and Solomon. And up front we have Joseph Fernandez. So that's a pretty decent lineup for Leeds. Burnley, we have take that away from there, I think. We have Trafford in goal. We have Humphreys, Worrell, Esteve, and Perez at the back with another staggered midfield of Colusho, Laurent, Mebry. Crikey, these names are difficult to pronounce. Brownhill and Anthony, and Fleming up front. Interesting way they've gone for the similar lineup there, formation wise. Which one would I probably? I'd probably have to go with the home team at that point, just based on who's in the side and and the formation and who's playing at home. Millwall versus Luton next, and we go with the Millwall lineups with Jensen at the back and a back 4 of Leonard, Cooper, Taranga, and Brian, and then a staggered midfield of S, Saville, Honeyman, Denor, and Watmore. Duncan Watmore in there again. That's a pretty decent midfield, that, isn't it? And Coburn up front. So that's quite a decent lineup. I think Millwall have started to just take the edge now. Can they keep it, and can they do it at home? I think they have. They've started to do quite well at home. Makes a change for the last 2 seasons. Luton now not doing very well, are we? Kaminski at the back with a back 3 of Burke, McGuinness, and Mengi. A 4 across midfield of Doughty, Nakamba, Walsh, and Bell. A sort of 2 in support and 1 up front of Clark, Chong, and Adebayo up front. You know, I'm still not quite sure about that. Still not quite sure. I think home advantage and playing a really solid 5 across that midfield it could really scupper that idea from Luton. And we go to Oxford now. Oxford at home to Stoke. So let's see what Oxford's lineup is. Coming at the back with a 4 across the back of Kyoso, Brown, Moore, and Lee. We've got a floater in the middle of Ekran, McCochran, and a front one of Mark Harris. He's supported by midfield of Dembele, Brannigan, Mizuni, and Goodrum. So that's actually not a bad midfield. Quite like that formation for being at home. Stoke City, Johansson, Tamadou, Wilmot, Gibson, and Bockett at the back. with staggered mid of Manoff, Sidibe, Yun Ho, Berger and Gooch, and Thomas Cannon up front. So that, I believe, is that Oxford. I still think Oxford might just nick that one. So we're going to League One with Mansfield versus Cambridge. And do please, if anybody there, then do have a quick chat. Tell me who you support. We can have a look at those as well. So the lineups for Mansfield, my team to watch, if you look at my videos, Pym in goal, Hewitt, Ashilaya, Cahill, McLaughlin at the back, and then Boateng, Reed and Quinn, with Will Evans sort of pulling through. It's like a number 10-ish role. And then up front, Nichols and Lee Gregory. That's actually an interesting formation. That's not seen it done quite like that. But yeah, it looks quite interesting. And they're at home. So they're trying to supply a little bit better than what Cambridge are. Cambridge are something like just pushing it straight to the front with the looks of it. Rees with a back three of Stokes, Rossi, Andrew, and then midfielder Bennett, Smith, Digby and Brophy, and up front Lagello, Shane Lavery and Dan Barton up front. So that's Mansfield, Cambridge. Northampton, Wickham. Then you go to Wickham, Northampton first. Bergingall with McGowan, Baldwin, Guthrie and Brough at the back. We've gone for a standard 4-4-2 with midfielder Pinnock, McGeehan, Sowerby and Hoskins, and up front Tyler Roberts and Callum Morton. Wickham Wanderers, what are Wickham Wanderers going to do? They're going to they're going to go all out with a 4-3-3. So they've got Ravazolier in goal, Grimmer, Lowe, Skura and Harvey at the back with a 3-3 of Scowen, Morley, Humphreys and McCleary, Cone and Udo. So really quite a decent side. Northampton trying to do a 4-4-2 against a side that's attacking quite stiffly there. So I'm still edging on Wickham on that one. And we go to we've just done Northampton. So we've done all the sides. If you've got a particular side you're looking at, then please do put it in the comments and we can have another look at it if we've missed it. We've got the sides there. We're going to quickly try and see. We'll have to wait for that. It's going to make me wait. And we shall get going at 12:30. So we've got a little bit of a while. Mansfield, my team to watch, seem to be one of the good sides for today. So they seem to be doing quite well. They've certainly set up quite well against Cambridge. We seem to be having Mansfield on a 4-3-1-2 and Cambridge on a 3-4-3, which is quite odd because I think Mansfield with a 1-2 up front and who they've got up front are really quite. They're trying to sort of feed it through to the front too, and they've got the wings as well to do it. And I just think that 4-3 up, the 4 in midfield and 3 up front for straight across the front, even though it has got Shane Lavery in it, I'm not totally convinced that that's going to be able to break through that Mansfield back 4, but we shall see. So we have Leeds Burnley. We go back to that. At the minute, it's Leeds are 8-13 on, and Burnley are 17-4 again. So they're going all in for a Leeds win here. It's also nearly 3-1 for a draw. So they're really putting everything on Leeds, and then it's odds on for Leeds and basically odds against for draw and Burnley. So it's quite a one there. I think, right, so we've got Southampton. We don't want to do that. Leeds, Millwall or Oxford. We're going to go with Oxford, I think. We'll go with Oxford on this one. So we're going to be listening to the Oxford. And let's see how we go. Again, do apologise for the software not working. Did try a couple of times. That's why I was 11 minutes late, because the software decided to say it was working, but it was not coming up on YouTube. So that was a bit pointless. So we have that. So get everything sorted for you, and we shall go off. We've got 2 viewers already. If you do come in, then please do tell us which side you support, because it's always handy to be able to nip through the sides, as especially the ones that the viewers are actually looking for. I know one of my regulars is a Barnsley fan, for instance. So if I know who you support, like the Barnsley fan, I can immediately start bringing in the Barnsley game a little bit more. So it's always handy if you tell me who you support. Other than that, we shall be continuing, and we shall be going through some of the championship games. We'll be going through some of the league. Well, we'll be going through the League One and Championship games that are starting at 12:30. 8 minutes to go. If anybody has an idea who's going to score first, let's have a look. League One, I would be thinking, I think it's going to be Wycombe. Wycombe will score first in League One, I think. Although Mansfield have, I think, a pretty good chance of taking them right to the minute there. Now in the Championship, it's a bit difficult because, and I say that because it's really odd, because if you look at the odds, you start to realise that the Oxford Stoke game, the bookies are sort of thinking this is a little bit more even than we think, and from what people were telling us before Friday, something, a lot of people were a bit on the fence with that one. Oxford are playing really well. Stoke are doing better than what we thought they would, and honestly, it's a little bit of a which one's going to work better, because the Stoke defence, I thought that was going to be really good, but they've just started to be a little bit faulty in that back line, and I always said that I wasn't sure where Stoke were going to get the goals from, but actually they're doing quite well with scoring. So it's been quite the opposite to what I thought. I thought they wouldn't score and they'd have but they had a really good defence, and they're not having such a good defence, and they're actually scoring a lot more. So that is the better way round. So Oxford Stoke, I don't know. Millwall Luton, at the minute, is there one side that stands out above the other? I don't think there is. I think Luton can be good, and they will be good when they get a little bit more gelled as they go through the season. But they can't afford to be down near the bottom for too long, not in a league that's as good at the top. It's pretty ruthless at the top, just like is in League One with Birmingham and Huddersfield and Wrexham. So I would then go to the Leeds Burnley, and I'd probably be thinking that although Burnley are actually doing quite well, I mean, if you look at the table, you think, well, Burnley are only in 7th, so why are the bookies putting it so definitely Leeds. And I can guess what. I mean, out of the last 6 games, no, you have to have the last 5. The last 5 games, because the last one's Forest. Of their 5 games this season, they've won the first 2, 4-1 and 5-0, but then they've lost against Sunderland, lost against, Wolves in the Carabao Cup, and drawn against Blackburn. But they've not really been playing really well. And at first, the first 2 games, I remember 4-1 and 5-0, and people are saying, they're not missing company at all. And then all of a sudden it's been like, they should have done better against Sunderland, but Sunderland are first. And then you think, well, okay, let's see how they go against a Premier League side, Wolves, and they did reasonably well. They lost 2-0 away. But then Blackburn, really, they're not playing really very well, Blackburn, and it's a 1-1 draw. So I think a lot of people are starting to see cracks in the in this team, and whether it's just that or whether it's the fact that people are betting more on Leeds, I don't know. I don't suppose we'd know unless we were actually sort of with the bookies making up the odds. In that league, I would have to be going. I don't know where to go, whether I'd go with Leeds or Oxford, to be honest. Millwall, it could be any of the 3, couldn't it? One of the home teams, we'll say one of the home teams in League One. And because of that, I think the first team to score is going to be Wycombe in League One. If I said which one's going to be in Championship, I'd be good, like sticking my finger in the air and trying to find it. I'm trying to think of the Leeds squad, because I just think that we've got a chance here of. I don't want to watch the Bundesliga game. I think if I had to stick my nose out, I'd probably suggest Leeds. I think I'd probably go Millwall, because of Luton Town being a little bit disheartened at the bottom, and they're away from home, and they're in the Den, and they started to make the Den a little bit more of a stalwart. Used to be really, oh my God, we're going to the Den. How many are we going to lose by? And then the last 2 seasons, it's been pretty poor, and they've not done as well at home, and they've done better away from home. This season, I just seem to think that they've managed to get over that. If we do have a look, I think they've certainly been playing better at home. They won 3-0 at home to Sheffield Wednesday. They lost 1-0 at home in the Carabao Cup to Leyton Orient, which was pretty dismal. But that's a Carabao Cup, probably don't care about that. The only other home game was a 3-2 defeat to Watford at home. And that was a humdinger of a game. It really was. I can go to it. It was a 90th minute. I mean, Duncan Watmore scored an 88 minutes to equalise, and then Rajovic scored the winner in 90 minutes, 2 minutes later. It was really end to end. And you have to think that was when the Hornets were doing really, really well, and started that 5-game unbeaten run. and you have to think that they actually did rather well. They did really well to score 2 against a team that were at that point about to go on a really good run. So I think Millwall are able to play really well. I think they are playing well at home. It's just that they played probably the wrong teams at the wrong time, I suppose, especially with the Watford game at the beginning. I would probably still have to say Millwall in the Championship for the first goal. I'm going to go with I think Wycombe's Wycombe's probably my team to overall to which one's going to score first. Well, who do you think's going to score first? Go on, put your name of who you think's going to score first down here. Because I'm going to go Wickham away to Northampton, purely on the fact that Northampton are trying to play the standard 4-4-2 with Tyler Roberts and Callum Morton up front, whereas Wickham are doing a straight 4-3-3, and they've got sort of McCleary on one side and Udo on the other, who tend to sort of come down the wings with Scowen and Humphreys. Humphreys is regularly seen running down the wing, and then they do a try, I suppose, to get Cone in through the middle. And I can see that working against Northampton because of that square back, and they really do tend to play that sort of really square back line. So I can see Wickham being able to get past that quite quickly. I do think Northampton will get a little bit more confidence as the season starts, but at the minute they just don't seem to have got. They've got a good side there, and I mean, Sowerby and Sam Hoskins, and there's some good. I mean, Tyler Roberts up front. There's some really good players there. It's just they don't seem to be quite gelling as well as I suppose people really thought they weren't going to do well in the first. So, to them, actually, they're probably looking at it and thinking, hell, we're in 12th position. We're doing a hell of a lot better than what we thought. We've won one game, drawn 3, and lost 1. They've only lost 1. Everybody thought we were going to be in the bottom 4. So Northampton are probably thinking, hell, we've done really well. And something they have, and I can see them continuing at least in the same way they are now. But I think tactically they may have got it wrong today. I think tactically playing a flat 4-4-2 against Wickham is. I know what they're expecting. They're expecting Wickham to do the old lob over the top. But if you're expecting that, I would expect to see a back 5, because you expect Wickham to be lobbing the ball long over the back 4. So you need an extra one, and probably the taller ones of your defenders to try and just get it in the air before their attackers do. So I don't think they've quite got that formation right. I just can't see it happening. But I can't believe Sunderland. I mean, it's been. Nobody foresaw that. Nobody foresaw Sunderland being top of the league, did they? Absolutely not. And I can't remember what I said on my live stream. What did we say? Sunderland. Oh God, yeah. Oh Jesus, they're playing Plymouth. Yeah, I've actually predicted Plymouth 0, Sunderland 4. And I don't think I'll be far off. I don't think they're playing quite as well as what their position shows. I think they aren't playing. I think there's still an improvement in that side. I really do. I think that they aren't. I don't think they've actually played to their best abilities, put it that way, because they got rid of a lot of. There's no team. There's no team for that yet. But yeah, they've got rid of a lot of the dross that they needed to get rid of. Winchester and they've managed to get rid of all the players that were average bottom half of the championship players, and they've got some really good. Whoa, shit! And we're talking away, and there's been the first goal, and. I was answering you, and it's actually complete. It's in the same game that I thought it was going to be, but it's not gone to Wickham. It's gone to Northampton, and it's now Northampton 1, Wickham 0. And I really didn't think that Northampton would be able to get over Wickham with a 4-4-2, but I was completely wrong. And the reason why I saw that is because I saw the flash of goal against League Two Swindon versus Swindon 1 North Newport County 0. Oh shit, we've started. So we'll quickly. So the one I was hoping to get the Oxford game. The Oxford game should be on here. Yeah, we should be on the Oxford game. So we'll get that one on.
They're not favourites to go at all.
So Oxford, so let's have a look. Oxford have a goal kick at the minute. Let's have a look at the quick stats early on. And yeah, they're
happy to let Stoke to let Oxford pass the ball and just
so Oxford are in defence at the minute. No, they've only just started 5 minutes ago. There's not an awful lot in it. At the minute, it's turn that down. It's a little bit ping pong ball at Oxford at the minute. I have noticed that Oxford play a lot of League One football still. As in, when somebody when the opposition gets the ball, you tend to see 2 or 3 players descend on them, which is very much League 1 and 2, isn't it? And I think some of the Championship sides haven't got that yet, and that's why Plymouth did so well last year. It's also why Rotherham did so well the year before in the first 6 months and ended up 5th in the Championship by Christmas. And then the Championship sides seem to get the gist of it and then, hang on a minute, we don't have to be drawn into this, do we? And they start realising how they're playing. And I think that's probably what's going to happen with Oxford. We're going to see them do quite well until about Christmas. And then the sides will suddenly realise how they're playing. Oh, they're playing like Plymouth did last year. They're playing like Rotherham did the year before. And you'll see them slowly do well and then come back down again. Also, Wednesday did it. Played League One football in the Championship, went up and then came back down again. So at the minute, they do seem to be continuing in the same vein, although I will say Stoke City are actually using the ball better. So we've got Oxford have actually got the ball more often, but when Stoke have got the ball, they seem to be doing. They just got it there and they've pushed it forward. Stoke City right into the middle of the Oxford area, but it was caught out by Brannigan on the left, back to Moore in the middle. What's Moore going to do? Kyoso on the right. So it's where's Oxford going to take it? They seem to be doing this League One thing, like keep it in the back and then just hope that the opposition players come forward and try and attack them, and then they sort of like try and nip it over, which they did there, but it went out for a Stoke throw-in on their near left. So it went all the way down and he just couldn't keep it in. He headed it out. Bay for Stoke in their pink kit. Wow. And the Bay. And he loses it, and it goes out for an Oxford throw-in on the halfway line. At the minute, this is quite... I think they're both trying to feel each other out. And I can't see much... You can definitely see how Oxford are just passing it along the back. Oxford are just keeping it along the back. Oh, up forward to Dembele. Then they rack it to the front left, right into the corner. And Dembele tries getting around the back of the defenders. He's got past into the box. But it's gone out. Not for a corner. So Oxford are doing quite well there, but they're definitely... kicked. It comes in, kicked straight back out for Moore in the Oxford half, who kicks it forward. They're definitely doing long balls. Oxford are doing long balls. I don't think any of those last 4 or 5 balls from the Oxford half have been from. None of them have been from past the halfway line. Every one of them's been from their own side of the halfway line, which is quite amazing. Harris. And it's a throw-in on the halfway line for Oxford. And we have a goal in the championship. We have a goal in the championship. And it's at Millwall. And you'll not guess, it's completely the opposite way to where the bookies were going. It's Millwall 0, Oxford 1. So let's see who scored that one. It's Mengi on 10 minutes. So, literally a minute ago. So, while that's playing that, I can actually nip into that game just to see what that's done. Because everybody was saying, they were all saying Millwall were going to win this one, but the odds, the bookies were sort of 50-50. They're obviously gone straight to Luton now, and they've sort of like said it's odds on Luton. But at the minute, Luton have 60% possession as we listen to the Oxford game. They also have 7 attacks as opposed to Millwall's 5. The important thing that I always say this, and I know people who come on here regularly get bored of me saying it, but Millwall have had 2 shots, none on target. You're not going to score, are you? Luton have had 2 shots, 2 on target, and have scored 1. Yeah, you've got to get it on target. There's no point in having 16 shots and having 2 on target, because you how often are you going to score? I think Rotherham had a game. I think their first game they had no shots on target. The second game, I think they had 16 shots and none on target. And it's like, you can't expect to win if you don't get them on target, can you? And I know people out there get bored with me saying it, but I look at it and I think it's just insane. So at the minute, we look at the Oxford game, and Stoke City have it with Victor Johansson, the old Rotherham goalkeeper, in the net. He's actually walking it across, so it's quite nice. Pushes it to Tamadou. Gooch on the right hand side. Gooch. Yeah. Berger. They're in the halfway. Oh, they're coming back now with Gibson, who pushes it forward. Nice little ball to Bay, but it's cut out by Moore, who pushes it out. Sibley. Lee now grabs it for Oxford. Will they try and slow it down? Dembele is right in his own half. Grabs it and gives it to Brannigan. Back to Lee. They're going to try and play that back line again, aren't they? Brown now passes it across to Cumming. We're going to cross the goal. This is really dangerous if you start playing across that goal line with a team like Stoke, because Bays there cuts it out, gives it to Gooch. This is why it's bad doing that. Sidib, but McCochran manages to get it, and it's really good job McCochran did get it there, because it's pushed forward, and fortunately for them, for Stoke, the goalkeeper gets it. Victor kicks it out to Sidib. Sidibe gives it to Wilmot. Across to Gibson on the right, on the left. Gibson now on the left. Pushes it to Bocat. Bocat to Gibson. 1-2 there. Back to Bay. Can he do a 1-2 with Gibson? No, he's lost it lost the ball. Gives it to Goodrum, who kicks it, but then gives it to Gibson. So Bay, Bocat, Berger. My God, they're all clumped together on this left-hand wing, just after the halfway line. And Berger now pushes it across. Oh. And Oxford now headed out for an Oxford throw-in. And Oxford now can try and calm the game down. Now that's that said, it's quite a good little. It's a little bit to and fro at the minute. It's Stoke. And I say Stoke aren't seeing. He's quite right. Stoke aren't seeing much of the ball, but when they've got the ball, they're doing more with it. Certainly, most of the time that Stoke get the ball, it seems to be in the Oxford half, and they've just done it again on the left wing. But Curso grabs it from him and just tries tackling the ball away. Yeah, he's managed to get it. He's managed to push it forward to Goodrum on the right wing, and then across the left to Dembele. Shoots, and it's on target. It's saved there, and wow, that was a close one by Oxford. This is what they're doing. They're really pushing it, and they're doing the counter attack. Oxford. That was saved, pushed down, and then Victor managed to sort of get it straight out. And Bocat goes across, and Lee now grabs it for Oxford, and Stoke have gone straight up the other end. And oh my God, it's gone straight to the other end now. So Victor Johansson gets a long shot against him, but he's not gonna. Oh wow! So we've had one shot for Oxford. It was straight to the side for a shot, crossing a shot by Stoke, and then straight down the middle, over the top for a long shot for Oxford again at the Stoke end. So that's actually quite interesting. We'll just say that it's 16 minutes 36 in Southampton, and it's Southampton 0, Man United 0. And we have another goal at Northampton. What is my Northampton has now equalised. It's now Northampton 1 and Wycombe 1. So Wycombe have now equalised. Let's see who's equalised for Wycombe. Oh, it's Hoskins for one and Udo for the other. Hoskins for Northampton. And Wycombe, we have Udo. Actually, Sam Hoskins scored on 4 minutes. So that was the first goal of the day. As we see, League Two, Swindon actually have gone 2-0 up at home to Newport County. That's quite decent. We want to go to Mansfield. I'm going to go to Mansfield. We've not been to Mansfield yet. And then we'll go to Millwall. But Mansfield at the minute are... This is another one of the Oxford games. You can see Oxford over this quite well because you've got Mansfield, my team, to watch, 56% possession against 44%. Yet Mansfield have only had 5 really dangerous attacks, and Cambridge have had 12. Now everybody's expecting Mansfield to win this one hands down, and again, say the same things I usually do. It's Mansfield 1 shot, none on target. It's Cambridge 2 shots, 1 on target. And as much as we think Mansfield should be winning it, if they don't get 1 on target, they ain't going to get a goal. So at the minute, let's have a quick look at the game on Bet365. Cahill to Reed for Mansfield. Oh, down into corner with Hewitt. Hewitt does a couple of 1-2s. Hewitt grabs it. Oh, crosses it. Evans, and it's off target, but goal kick for Cambridge. Again, it's off target. You cannot do it. You're not going to win unless you get it on target. We've still got odds on. It's even odds for Mansfield winning. Oh, have we? We've got a goal at Ellen Road. We've got a goal. It's now Leeds 0, Luton 1, and this is absolutely different. Well, yeah, I had that before. Leeds 0, Luton 1. The thing is, I want to see what the table is at the minute. So you got Sunderland top on 12. We've got West Brom second on 10, Sheffield United on 9, Watford on 9, Leeds on 9, Burnley on 8. So the ones that have moved, Oxford are in 8th on 7. Burnley are in 6th on 8. So with Leeds losing, they've gone from 2nd to 5th.
Surely, as he gets his shot away, it is. What a brilliant pass from Manor. Really impressive.
So what do we have? We have Luton winning.
He picked up the ball there.
We have.
Position so far. Brilliant pass over to the far side.
That's what I meant to type in. We have Leeds 0. Burnley 1. So Burnley are now in. Oh, hang on. Why are they doing that one? Oh, God. Yeah, I might say Luton there. People should tell me to go away. I wrote Leeds. I'm looking at Leeds and I'm looking at the Luton game below it. So yeah, so it's Leeds 0, Burnley 1, Millwall 0, Luton 1. It's still Oxford 0, Stoke City 0, but Oxford are pushing it over the middle, counter-attacking there. Mansfield are 0-0 with Cambridge. We have had a look at all three of those. It's still Mansfield not quite getting shots on goal, which is really annoying. They keep breaking down the right-hand side, crossing it in, and then it's just being hit completely out. We go to Northampton, Wickham, where it's 1-1. How many yellow cards we have? Oh, 1 yellow card so far for Grimmer for Wickham. So Northampton are in the driving seat at the minute. Northampton seem to be just about, actually, they're just starting to fade away. They did start really well. They scored first. They've been really, really good. 1 shot, 1 goal, and they were well on target to just pull the they appear to have tried to put the brick wall up and stop it, but it's far too early to do that. And now what we've got is Wickham has started to just build up the pressure. Wickham now. I'm trying to see what I said for this week for the Wickham game. But yeah, we've got Grimmer for Wickham. Runs into the box. Oh, and that's a corner for Wickham. A bit interesting because obviously Wickham are quite good on that corners, set pieces. Really good on set pieces, and because they tend to lob it straight over the top. So we'll see whether Wickham. We'll just wait and see what Wickham can do with this corner. The Grimmer there going straight into the box, but it was just cleared out before he could get to it. As we listen to the Oxford game, if you're wondering what we're listening to, it is the Oxford game. It's Northampton 1, Wickham 1. Oh, in fact, that's why Grimmer went hobbling off. He got tackled, it went out, but then Grimmer's actually now claiming it down with an injury. And they're actually coming in now. They cross it in. Burge grabs it for Northampton. Back out to the right-hand side with Bruff. Bruff clears it to Scurra. Phillips took it off him. Scurra grabs it back again. It's a little bit messy at Northampton Wickham, but I mean, we are talking League One. Harvey. Wickham now. They're probably going to lob this one down the middle. If we know what they'll either lob it out for a throw-in, or they'll kick it as hard as they can. And they kicked it as hard as they can. Sowerby grabs it for Northampton, and you can almost read Wickham like a book, can't you? You know what's going to happen. The defender gets it, and he like chooses his position and lobs it down the middle. And you know he's either going to hit it against an opposition player and out for a throw-in, or just kick it out for a throw-in. They're very much like Wigan, or they'll lob it down the middle, which he did there. So at the minute, not really much in it. Wickham are starting to take the advantage now, where they went behind and then they started to just push. They've got that equaliser, and the equaliser through Udo, and now they're another one for another shot, long ball for Wickham, and then a shot that went out, and a short corner. McCleary Grimmer shoots it long, but that's not going to get anywhere with Northampton, and the goalkeeper grabs it. So that's not going to be anything. So once again, it's Northampton 1, Wickham 1. The Cambridge, the Mansfield Cambridge game is a difficult one, because so far we expect Mansfield to do well, but both teams have had 3 shots. Mansfield had none on target, whereas Cambridge have had 2 of their 3 shots on target. And I can't help but think that that it's just not. If you don't shoot it on goal, on target, you're not going to get a goal. And at the minute, there's only one team in that game that's actually managing to get any shots, and it's Cambridge. So Digby, Stokes, and Lavery. You'd expect Lavery to have a shot, wouldn't you? Of the ones that have missed the target completely, it's been Boateng, Nichols, and Evans for Mansfield that have done the worst. So at the minute, Boateng's not doing very well at all, which I'm quite surprised at, because he's usually quite a decent player. So we've got the Oxford game on. We can watch that. Go to the watching of that. Kioso on the right hand side for Oxford. This is my watching game. So Oxford versus Stoke. So Kioso, tackle there. Free kick, I think. Should I push it back to coming now for Oxford? They've been trying to pass it along the back line and then lob it down the middle. Lee again pushes it forward, trying to lob it over the defence, but Wilmot grabs it in the back right for Stoke, and Stoke can try and build now from the right. Kick! You should be able to keep that in. Stoke almost walk it out, give it an Oxford throw in, and he throws it into the corner, but Chamadou grabs it and clears it. Let's see if he managed to keep it in. Right-footed free kick in towards the back post, too close to the goalkeeper. It's way too easy. And Jamie Cumming will gather it pretty comfortably, and that kind of sums up the game so far. Stoke City rolls it out. Why did he do that? He's giving it to. Well, he's giving it, yeah, it's okay. Manoff has managed to grab it back for Stoke. Victor gave it to a Stoke, an Oxford player right in the box, and then the Manoff managed to grab it from him and walk it out and slam it right into the Oxford half. If it weren't for Manoff, then that was a total cock-up by the ex-Rotherham goalkeeper, who gave it to the Oxford player right in the middle of the box. That could have been quite bad for Oxford there. Sidney Cannon for Stoke. tries putting it in. Oh no, it's come off another Stoke player for an Oxford throw-in. And Oxford now build from the back again. They're going to go straight across the back line. What did we expect? Straight across the back line, coming. Just trying to keep everybody up with the other games. So we've still only got those. Yeah, still the same with it. Oxford caught offside there. Right in the box. But then Stoke lose it, and Goodrum has a shot. Oh, it bounces off a defender and comes back to Makoko Dembele, but Manoff again does a sterling job, but only manages to clear it as far as Makoko. And Makoko now tries to walk it. No, he's going to have to come backwards to lead and back to the halfway line. But yeah, they nearly got through there, Oxford, and it was starting to see Stoke City's back line just have a little bit of a blip, and it all started with our ex-goalkeeper Victor Johansson almost just giving it to. Well, he did. He gave it to the Oxford player, and if it wasn't for Manoff, it would have been in the net. But Brannigan now has a free kick for Oxford. Brannigan. It's injury to Gooch. So Gooch. I thought it was Gooch that actually did the bad tackle there, but he seemed to have injured himself in the. Stoke City now really on the cosh. Let's see what the Gooch injury is like. But at the minute, Oxford are quite. I know they're trying to catch Stoke on the break, but that front line now has started to get probably as far as halfway, and they're now pushing quite intently on that back line. I think at the minute the plays turned. It was in Stoke's favour, and Oxford are just passing it along the back and lobbing it forward. Over the last few minutes, 10 minutes, we've seen Oxford start to try and play it into that midfield area, because all of a sudden they're actually embedded in midfield rather than pulling all the way back. And he's gonna have to come off. The Stoke now have to substitute him, so he's gonna have to be substituted, which is a bad sign because he was actually playing quite well. Wow. So Oxford's sub-goalkeeper is Ingram, and then Long, Iwobi, Sibley, Dale, Rodriguez, Volks, Nelson, and Scarlett are the options on the yeah, I mean, we may end up with Volks, I think. That left, yeah, may end up. Well, no, it's Stoke, isn't it? So wait and see what happens with his Stoke substitution. In the game at St Mary's, Cameron Archer has missed a penalty for Southampton. Oh, Southampton have missed a penalty. My God. So Oxford now with the ball pushes it forward. Oxford offside. So wanted to find out who that was, but never mind. We're going to go with Leeds Burnley. Let's go to Leeds Burnley. If you tell me who you support, I can keep going back to your game. Burnley. Leeds had another shot, and it's going to be played from the back by Trafford. Burnley now trying to get out of that back. They don't even seem to be able to get out of the back third, which is really strange. Let's see. That's for Oxford Stoke. Oh, yellow card for Leeds.
played 33.5 minutes. You listen to unofficial on-tube studio commentary. Warren Ashurst and Eric Stanier is taking you through the action in this Oxford nil, Stoke City nil. Back with the Stoke goalkeeper Johansson, who switches and plays this near side. Good header in the end, though, from Greg Lee, who made sure that it didn't reach the
net. Stoke City are still pegged back in their own area. At the minute, Victor Johansson is both the devil and the peacemaker. He seems to be just about holding that back line together, but he's doing some really strange things as Burnley. Burnley they're trying to get past that, trying to get past that back third, but they just couldn't do it. But Anthony nearly gets it, but Gruev grabs it from him, and Gruev pushes it out. Mebry for Burnley. Mebry for Burnley on the left-hand side. And it's out. Mebry passes it, but it goes out for a Leeds throw-in. Tries passing it long, but Humphries gets it for Burnley and pushes it forward. Fernandez intercepts that, kicks it forward. Laurent grabs that for Burnley, kicks it sideways, and Bogle grabs it for Leeds. This is ridiculous, like ping pong ball at Leeds. Are we going to keep it in one team? Every other kick is is straight to an opposition player. Gruev, right. Leeds. Walks it into the box. No, turns around. Does a 1-2 with someone. Gets it back, gives it to Solomon. Solomon gives it to Firpo, but Humphries grabs it again, kicks it out to Ampadu. Ampadu to Gruev. We're on the left-hand side for Leeds, and they're trying to really push this line forward now. Leeds are trying to get this equaliser. Back to Meslier. It's actually way in the middle of the Leeds half. Fernandez. Man United scored. Esteve. Worrell for Leeds. In the box. No. Worrell for Burnley's grabbed it from him. Yeah. Very. We had a cross and I was missing the person. It was Worrell. Grabs it and kicks it out. But Leeds nearly through there. If it wasn't for Worrell, I think there would have been a bit of an issue there at the back. But they're just starting to turn the tide, Leeds now, and they've had a period of pressure, and then Burnley sort of came back, and now we're starting to see Leeds start to pull back again. So there's not too much in it at Leeds, where it's Southampton 0, Man United 1. Everything seems to have stopped. Let's go to the Mansfield-Cambridge game, because this was really quite tight with Mansfield. Lots of attacks, but absolutely nothing on target. I'm going to have a look at the stats. So it's now another shot by Mansfield, and again it's off target. 6 shots, 2 on target. Cambridge, 5 shots, 3 on target. And Mansfield have now scored. Mansfield has scored with that goal. So while I was looking at the stats, Mansfield have scored. So we now have a goal, and my team of the day, Mansfield. It's Mansfield 1, Cambridge 0. So Mansfield 1, Cambridge 0. Can we see who it was who scored? Not yet. Andrew for Cambridge has been replaced on 22 minutes by Riordan. That's not a bad replacement, to be honest. Riordan. So Mansfield goal, let's have a look at it. So, try and get that one.
So classic. You need to look up. You need to just
So Leeds 0, Burnley 1, Millwall 0, Luton 1, Oxford 0, Stoke 0. It hasn't even come on here yet. It's Lee. Oh, well, it wouldn't be, would it? Lee Gregory for Mansfield. I mean, old heads, isn't it? Old heads, and it is. I'll tell you what, is put him in the net, and you can't ask more than that. Fans of any side, obviously, you're sort of looking and think, yeah, not bothered who puts them in the net as long as somebody does well. Lee Gregory is still putting them on and still putting them in the net. And again, Mansfield are in the attack with Quinn Boateng. They're in the bloody box. They just can't get it. They can't get it out. They can't. Nah, Lavery's nicked it. But like they're just passing it in the box, and like there's so much chance of just. The problem with League One is what you tend to get is that they pass. They're wanting to get the shot off themselves instead of passing it back to someone who can then have a shot. And it's agonizingly annoying if you're a fan. I'm sure you've been there, where you watch somebody being just annoyingly jealous of the ball. Is like grabbing it. I want to be the one who scores the winner. Yeah, there's people there. Lots of them waiting for the ball to be given to them. And Mansfield had that. Then there are 4 or 5 people in the net, in the box, and the ball's like a ping pong ball in the middle, and just wasn't gonna. Nobody was gonna shoot. Cambridge, on the other hand, are actually starting to get that ball, and at least when they get to the other end, they are actually getting shots off, and they're on target. I'm a little disappointed in Mansfield because they could be way ahead by now, but they're just not getting the shots on target. As Cambridge get another one on just off target, it goes out. Boateng, it's that wide. Boateng grabs it and kicks it from the corner flag, and Reardon grabs it for Cambridge. Was he just come on as a substitute? Brophy. 42 minutes there as Cambridge now try and rebuild from the back. Cambridge are actually physically on top in the game. They're just 1-0 down. So I said from the beginning that was a really weird game. Mansfield should be ahead from quite early on, but they just can't get it on target. And it's like, ping pong ball, stop being so bloody. You want to just grab the strikers and say, just give it to a mate in the box, like just pass it back and have a shot. But they're being so determined that they want to shoot and they want to get it in the net that Mansfield is just tripping over their own feet. So Mansfield lose it right on the edge, but Quinn manages to grab it from the Cambridge striker, loses it again to Barton. Barton for Cambridge runs it. Oh, and it shoots! And Lavery gets the ricochet, and Pym manages to block it. I'm sure Pym manages to block it as it's hurtling towards the net. And he kicks it straight out to Boateng, who kicks it straight forward into touch on the far right-hand side, somewhere in the Cambridge half. And Cambridge have a throw-in on their near side left. Cambridge are living it dangerously. Mansfield are living it dangerously. Cambridge are really pushing them now. And the worry is for Mansfield that Cambridge are getting them on target. Mansfield aren't. They're being very, very selfish. That's the word. The front line of Mansfield has just been so selfish as they get a throw in right by the box for Cambridge. We'll just wait and see what this does as we listen to the Oxford game. That's what we're listening to here. No goals in the other games we're watching. Short, and it comes straight out, and it's a Cambridge throw-in right next to where Mansfield put it in. I'm going to leave that one for now because don't. Oh, Manchester United have just scored a second. So it's now Southampton 0, Man United 2. We'll just keep watching this. The game I'm actually watching. Brannigan's injured for Oxford. That would be quite bad because Brannigan's been playing quite well. In fact, he's been running quite well. And there's been a few probing little runs that he's managed to just instigate. Which is actually quite different from what Oxford actually playing. Oxford are playing the pass it along the back and then I would say throwing. They're sort of doing the long ball, but they're not doing the traditional long ball straight down the middle. You'll see it going from the back right to the long ball to the far left, or back left to the far right. So they're sort of doing it cross field. There's injury time of 4 minutes now as they carry on. So 45 minutes 15 as Stoke City have a throw in on the left-hand side in their own half. Passes it back to Johansson. Tamadou loses it to Dembele, and Dembele's been really good at intercepting balls. But then he tries passing it, and it goes out for a Stoke City throw-in. So Stoke City, they might be able to get it into the box, but short. It goes short to Moran. Chamadou back to Wilmot, and it's back into the defence. So across to the left-hand side, is it going to be? Yeah, Gibson tries running it down the left, passes it to Bokat on the left, into the centre circle for Berger, down to the right-hand side for Moran. Chamadou on the right, into Manoff. Oh, he crosses it, but Cummings equal to that one. That's a simple one for Cummings. You can see what they're trying to do. They're just trying to get that little... They're going left, right, and then when they see a gap, they go straight down and cross. And that just wasn't precise enough. Too short, and Cumming can take it out for a Oxford, and kicks it, tries to kick it long, but Stoke City player kicks it back. Brown kicks it forward. Wilmot again. What's he going to? Sidney Gibson. And I think Stoke City now are a couple of minutes away. 2 minutes away from half time now, as Oxford have it in their own corner on the left. It's injured. Substitution. There's an Oxford player down. He's going to be injured. He's going to be substituted. 1 minute before, 1.5 minutes. Half a minute before the. 1.5 minutes before the break, and Oxford are forced into a substitution. What was the substitution before? It was Gooch that came off because he was injured. Moran came on. Right, yeah, Moran came on. So that was an injury. So Stoke City have a Gooch injury. Have a look as we go through the others. 47 minutes at Leeds United, and Leeds are 1-0 down to Burnley. 47 minutes, and Fernandez, Gruyev, they're really pressing. They're really, really close, but Brownhill grabs it from him, and Brownhill can try and probably clear it up line at this point. Tries to, but Rodden kicks it back only as far as Anthony for Burnley, and Anthony tries to get through that line of white shirts, but Rodon managed to intercept it. The question is, what's Leeds going to do with it in the last couple of minutes? Free kick for Leeds. Probably a great place to have it. There's a lot happening at the Oxford game, but it's not going in the bloody net. Another corner. Shall we go back and have a look at that?
Goal for the goalkeeper, just the last gloves on the ball, and then the second one just flicked on and then behind almost.
Oh, short to Stoke. Oh, and it's thought he'd blown the whistle then. Has he blown the whistle? I think he's blown the whistle. 0-0 at Oxford. Then Oxford 0, Stoke 0.
The same player can't take it with the swinging corner, but that is just they're going to throw it instead. Yeah, so it's just really, really poor. So they're going to look throw instead. Maybe that's better for Stoke. I don't think they play that football anymore. No, not as they used to do in the old days. As the throw-in though is going to go long, and it looks like Sadimi
is he going to long? I thought he'd been blown the whistle for half time.
Come back in from Stoke towards the penalty area. Good control from Wilmot. Almost played it into
Wilmot.
There's a good sliding challenge by Goodrum. But in fact, that is going to be the last bit of play.
Goodrum tackles him, but it's off for a half time. So it's Oxford 0, Stoke 0 at half time. We have half time at Millwall 0, Luton Town 1. We have half time at Leeds 0, at Burnley 1. Leeds were in the ascendancy, then Burnley started to come back quite heavily on that one, and then after that you've got Leeds just starting to come back into it, but just too late in the game for half time, and half time came, and I'm watching the Oxford game. I'm watching the Oxford game. The others I'm looking on the internet at and cheating, but Oxford's the watching one, and I've also got the radio on for Oxford as well. So that means the radio is always about 20 seconds behind the actual game. So I'm sort of 20 minutes. I'm 20 seconds ahead of the game. My team's not playing this afternoon. And we're playing garbage, so I don't really want to watch them. Hey, Shaylee. You found me on this channel. Yeah, my team don't play till this afternoon. Yeah, I won't bank on it. I won't bank on it, Shaylee. Nah. Mind you, yeah, they'll definitely not win this afternoon because I put a bet on to win. So we're actually gonna go for a couple. Let's just go through League One. Make sure I've got everything on there. Mansfield are winning 1-0 at home to Cambridge, but realistically, Mansfield are being pressurised every step of the way by Cambridge. Cambridge are actually doing. I wish. Cambridge are actually getting more shots on target as a percentage. Their conversion rate into shots on target is really good. Mansfield's conversion rate into shots on target is absolutely atrocious. And I'm surprised Mansfield are ahead. 2 shots on target, 1 in the net. It's just really weird. It really is weird. The odds of 3 1/3 to 1 for Mansfield winning is strange because all we've seen is it's weird. Mansfield it's been almost stalemate with Mansfield being on top but not getting any goals on target. Cambridge bursting into Mansfield's end and just not doing anything. And the other game is Northampton 1, Wycombe 1. Northampton Northampton started really promising, and they were actually the better of the sides to start, and they started really well. But Wycombe Wanderers just started to grind the way into the game, and then Wycombe managed to get that equaliser. Where's Northampton got the equaliser? Oh, it's Udo that scored first for Wickham, but Northampton were actually playing best at the beginning. And then, so Wickham scored against the run of play, and then as they started to go through it, Northampton equalised because they were controlling the game better. But then as soon as Northampton equalised, it suddenly turned back to Wickham, and Wickham have been controlling it ever since. So, been interesting. You're dangerous, Shaylee. So that's that. I'm going to leave you all for a minute while I make a coffee, and we'll keep the radio comms. We'll keep the radio version of Oxford, so you can hear the radio's version of Oxford. And I'm going off for a coffee. You go for a coffee, and I shall see you back here in about 4 or 5 minutes' time, and we'll go on with the second half. And need to boil the kettle really quickly.
Half-time score at the Sam Stadium. It's Oxford 0, Stoke City 0. An entertaining game, but not many clear-cut opportunities. For Oxford, Mark Harris has had a turn and shot at the goalkeeper, and Dembele to the way to get away down the left-hand side. Pulled the ball across the penalty area, but behind two of his teammates. The Stoke Gooch's volley from the edge of the box looked goal-bound, but was blocked, and they had a couple of dangerous corners towards the end of the first half. But Oxford stood firm, and the break is Oxford 0, Stoke City 0. Half-time score at the Sam Stadium. It's Oxford 0, Stoke City 0. An entertaining game, but not many clear-cut opportunities. For Oxford, Mark Harris has had a turn and shot at the goalkeeper, and Dembele to the way to get away down the left-hand side. Pulled the ball across the penalty area, but behind two of his teammates. The Stoke Gooch's volley from the edge of the box looked goal-bound, but was blocked, and they had a couple of dangerous corners towards the end of the first half. But Oxford stood firm, and the break is Oxford 0, Stoke City 0. Half-time score at the Sam Stadium. It's Oxford 0, Stoke City 0. An entertaining game, but not many clear-cut opportunities. For Oxford, Mark Harris has had a turn and shot to the goalkeeper, and Dembele to the way to get away down the left-hand side. Pulled the ball across the penalty area, but behind two of his teammates. The Stoke Gooch's volley from the edge of the box looked goal-bound, but was blocked, and they had a couple of dangerous corners towards the end of the first half. But Oxford stood firm, and the break is Oxford 0, Stoke City 0. Half-time score at the Sam Stadium. It's Oxford 0, Stoke City 0. An entertaining game, but not many clear-cut opportunities. For Oxford, Mark Harris has had a turn and shot at the goalkeeper, and Dembele to the way to get away down the left-hand side. Pulled the ball across the penalty area, but behind two of his teammates. The Stoke Gooch's volley from the edge of the box looked goal-bound, but was blocked, and they had a couple of dangerous corners towards the end of the first half. But Oxford stood firm, and the break is Oxford 0, Stoke City 0. Half-time score at the Sam Stadium. It's Oxford 0, Stoke City 0. An entertaining game, but not many clear-cut opportunities. For Oxford, Mark Harris has had a turn and shot at the goalkeeper, and Dembele to the way to get away down the left-hand side. Pulled the ball across the penalty area, but behind two of his teammates. The Stoke Gooch's volley from the edge of the box looked goal-bound, but was blocked, and they had a couple of dangerous corners.
Now, I'll just turn that down for a minute. Because talking about the Oxford game there, the key point to me in that first half was when Oxford broke down their left. They cut the ball in, and Rotherham's old goalkeeper, Victor Johansson, got the ball, and it all seemed quite sedate. You know, it's okay, he's going to keep the ball, pass it out on the opposite side on the Stoke City's left. But he didn't. Instead, he passed it back towards the direction where it came in, and he gave it to an Oxford player. He gave it to an Oxford player, and then the Oxford player then, luckily for Stoke, lost it, and it went the opposite direction. So it was like, at that point, I'm thinking, the goalkeeper, our old goalkeeper, nearly lost it for Stoke. And I mean, that was a critical point, because straight after that, we saw Stoke City just didn't seem very good in defence. They suddenly lost that confidence, as if, hell, if the goalkeeper starts doing things like that, we're stuffed. And all of a sudden, Oxford came from playing in their own well in their own half to suddenly coming right up to halfway line and starting to play really good football from halfway, and not having to kick it so far forward over the top. Me, I was no. I'm ambidextrous. I can play both feet. So they used to put me on the left. At school, they used to put me on the left. And I was on left wing, out the way. And we'll put him on the left where we don't use anyone. I remember going for a ball once, and one of the last few games I played, and one of my teammates came round the back to my left, and he tackled me. He says, "What? I forgot you could play with your left foot as well." And the ball went to the opposition. All right, that's it. I'm not playing. I never played again. I thought, this is ridiculous. So, never played after that. The other surprise for me is the Millwall game. The Millwall game is quite 50-50, really. Even in the stats, it's mainly Millwall pushing forward, but there's not an awful lot of difference between them, not really. Luton have 56% possession, but they've only had 16 really dangerous attacks. Millwall have got 44% possession, but 31 dangerous attacks. 6 shots to Millwall, 1 on target. 7 shots to Luton, 4 on target. Which I keep mentioning. If you do all those shots and none of them are on, you've got to get them on target to score. You've got to get them on target to win. If you keep arguing about, I think Rotherham's second and third games, we had about 16 shots in one game, 19 shots in the other, but we had none on target, so we didn't win. If you don't get them on target, they're not going in the bloody net. And that seems to be the point there with Millwall. You would have thought with the home crowd and the home advantage that they would have done really well, but no, they've not done well at all. We are good. Too far. We're still on half time. See who starts first. We've got one game started, and that's Mansfield versus Cambridge. So we'll go into that one. We'll watch that on the gambling app as we wait for the players to come out at Oxford. Mansfield on the left-hand side. To read into Lee Gregory, back to Boateng. Oh, he can't cross it, but he gives it to Hewitt on the left-hand side. Crosses it in, but Rossi grabs it for Cambridge. And And again, they just couldn't get a shot on target. He tries passing it to the right. Reed. Oh, that's a quick pass from the left to the right side of the pitch for Hewitt and Oshilaja. McLaughlin, who's sitting quite back. Reed. Oshilaya. What's he going to do with it? Pass it back. Yep. Reed. So they're on 48 minutes at Mansfield, so very little added time at Mansfield. As Reed now takes it in the centre circle. Hewitt crosses it and it goes to Quinn. Smith grabs that one. Let's go to our visual. Let's go to our visual game of the day, which has just kicked off, which is Oxford. So as you can hear, the radio still hasn't caught on yet. But we can see that it's with Oxford. Ooh, cross it to the far right, but Oxford lose it to Boccat and Berger, doing a 1-2 in the corner for Stoke. And Stoke now pass it back to Gibson. And we can roll it to Sid and back to forward to Manoff. Manoff now for Stoke on the halfway line. Just as the radio catches up. So you see the actual game for me is about 20 seconds ahead of the radio. Boccat, Bay, Berger, Manoff. He's in the net. Can he get anywhere? Stoke City now pushing. Oh, where to sit in? Bay, they're trying to get stop thinking of crossing it and get it. Oh, cross it too hard, and Lee gets that one for Oxford, and he will welly out. No, he's going to try and play his way out, and he plays his way to the far left, taps it to Dembele. Oxford are now in back. So Brannigan was replaced in the first half, wasn't he? Brannigan on half time, replaced by Rodriguez. So that's not a bad replacement. As Harris, he didn't. I thought he might cross it there, but he passed it to Rodriguez. Who, no, he's got to give it to Kioso. Kioso kicks it up, but will not there. Stoke City cross it back, but it goes out for an Oxford throw-in. Oxford now, long throw-in to the box. Will it be? They don't usually do this. They don't usually do long throws. Let's have a look. Because usually they tap it sideways, and he's done it. He's tapped it sideways to Rodriguez, who loses it to Berger. No, and he doesn't. He grabs it across, and it's yes, it is there. Oxford has scored. It's Oxford 1, Stoke City 0. From absolutely nowhere, Berger made a hash of it. He managed to grab the ball from the throw-in, from the short throw-in. But somehow he loses it, and it gets crossed straight in, and it's an Oxford goal. And I'm going to quick look at it, but the referee's obviously thinking of something. But it's now.
It is Rodriguez. Across the penalty area, goal! The home side are in front. 3 minutes into the second half, and all of a sudden it was really scrappy down the right hand.
I don't know who actually scored it.
Pulled across the area, and it looks as though El Mazzuni is the man who's got
Mazzuni.
the touch. We'll confirm that for you very shortly.
So Mazzuni got the cross went in. So Rodriguez got it from the throw-in. Then Stoke grabbed it from him, but then Rodriguez managed to get it back and kick it straight across. Amazing, really good cross by Rodriguez. And when he was being tackled by, is it Bogart? And yeah, absolutely amazing. So it's now Oxford United 1, Stoke City 0. We now have a goal in each of the championship games. As Stoke City now try and build from the back. Still, I do hope that Stoke City don't do what they've just done. They keep that's 2 lobs forward from the back line. Just kick it forward. Let's try and get a goal. But Oxford are used to that from League One. I doubt very much you're going to get very far doing that. As Goodrum has it. Goodrum. Oh, Sidby. That was good interception there. A corner to Oxford.
Dembele does really well to get away from 3 Stoke players. Plays it down the line towards Harris. Didn't quite run into his path. And it should be cleared here.
Oh, it's a throw in. So the throw in comes and goes back to McCochran. McCochran now. Back to Brown. And again back into defence. Oh, across well as it forward to Dembele, but Wilmot grabs it, gives it to Berger. Berger now always lost it to McCochran right outside the box, but instead of pushing it forward, he passes it back to more Mazzuni, Dembele, Lee. Is he going to give it to back to Dembele? Oh, no, Mazzuni, Dembele, and Wilmot grabs it. Wilmot's been playing quite well on that right hand side. Is really doing. It seems to be tackling Dembele rather well. Mazzuni seems to be sort of getting away with it and just not quite get. He lets the ball out before he gets tackled, which is quite good. As Mazzuni crosses it to the right, but then comes back to Kioso, and Kioso can try and. Oh, Man United still 2-0 up. Burnley still 1-0 up. Luton still 1-0 up. Oxford still 1-0 up. As Kioso runs down the right hand side. Looks like a.
Here comes Dembele again down that left hand side. What can he do this time? Good challenge comes in from Chamundo. It is going to ricochet back to Oxford player. There's an Oxford player down on the pitch on the far
Yeah, we are waiting for the treatment of an Oxford player at the minute.
And then eventually Rodriguez is bundled over from behind by Berger. It'll be a free kick, and he will be able to get some treatment for the player who's down holding.
Oxford have a free kick when they get going, but at the minute that's not going to happen. Oh, we have a goal in League One, and quite surprisingly, or not surprisingly as the case may be, I did say Cambridge were starting to come back into this because they're the ones that are getting the goal, the shots on target. It's now Mansfield 1, Cambridge 1. So, and now we have a goal in Northampton as well. So we also have a goal in Northampton, and it's Northampton 1, Wickham 2. Funny about this. I was actually supposed to be streaming on a different type of software, but as that software didn't work this lunchtime, which really pissed me off. I was supposed to be on a nice bit of software for you. The banner across the bottom, and the damn thing wouldn't connect to you. It said it had connected to YouTube, but it hadn't. So I was really annoyed. So now we have goals in all our games. So we have Leeds 0, Burnley 1, Millwall 0, Luton 1, Oxford 1, Stoke 0. Mansfield 1, Cambridge 1, and Northampton 1, Wycombe 2.
Deflected. Oh, loops up over the goalkeeper and eventually just about gets a hand on it before Rodriguez could get there. And in the end, Johansson clears it left.
I think Oxford are pressurising Stoke here. Oxford are on the top, and they're gunning for Stoke City as Lee goes down the left-hand side, and Lee tries crossing it. Can he cross it? No, he can't get it. He tries to pull him back, and he crosses it to Dembele. Dembele was Shabadoo, grabs it from his feet and kicks it out. And on as far as Lee, who gives it to Goodrum, and Boca again grabs it from him. But can he keep it this time? Because he lost it last time. No, he can't. He's let it go out for an Oxford throw-in. Boca is not doing too well on that left-hand side for Stoke City. I think that has to be the weak link for Stoke City today. As Oxford kick it out by accident, and it goes, ricochets off one of their players for a Stoke throw-in on their own back left corner. Gibson tries kicking it into midfield. Oh no, it really annoyed me because I'd spent 11 minutes trying to get this other software going, and it just bloody wouldn't work. It worked last night. I had chocolate in a chat on the other channel. I was surprised you didn't join us. And so I had chocolate in a chat last night, and you could have been in there with that one. And we had this new software working, but it seems to be this channel. It won't work with this channel. It worked with the other channel, but it won't work with this one. Dembele again. Dembele's down that side. He's pass it back to Mizune. Dembele, cross it in, and he gets kicked out to Moran. Moran now. Well, I like thinking I'm supposed to be on live like 10 minutes ago. For God's sake, work. So I gave up. I've got another live about 2:45. I'm going to see if it works. Harris has a shot for Oxford, and it's on target. But it's a good save by Victor, and it will. Oof. Which player's gone down? Stoke City player down at the minute.
So much better. They go man to man in midfield, and they've won the ball back almost every time there's a clearance. But just to say that, it's one back by Stoke, and it's possible counter attack from Moran.
Yeah, Moran crossover halfway. Needs some help here. Plays it to Manhorf on the right hand side. He's got two waiting for the cross. Manhorf surely was pulled down on the edge of the area. Well, I have to say, I think the referee's had a good game so far. But Dean Whitestone on this occasion.
Tioso Rodriguez. We're going to start with an Oxford. Oh, he loses it. Moran.
Parries it away, and it will be an Oxford throw-in. Stoke have every right, though.
Oxford throw-in. Hey, how can you catch up with me? Radio never catches up with me. Oxford, Tioso, Goodrum. Goodrum on the edge of the box. Pass it back for Oxford. McCochran. Goodrum. McCochran. Couple of 1-2s. Crosses it to Lee. Lee on the left-hand side. They're going to try the left-hand side now as Lee goes down the left. Goodrum's moved all the way across, ran across from the right to the left, but he just couldn't get it, and Manoff now gives it to Kumas, and he kicks it out. Only as far as Dembele, that's a poor pass. And Dembele now, back to Moore, and back to Cumming. We're starting to see Oxford now to try and pull back, and they don't intend losing this 1-0 lead. And at the minute, there's only one team in it, and it's Oxford. I'd say Victor's been both the saviour and the... he's done good and bad, put it that way. Oxford Stoke City offside. But yeah, it's been good. It's had some really dreadful foul ups, has Victor, but he's also had some really good like one-arm saves. So it's been on both sides of the call, I'm afraid. There's Moore now, intercepts a Stoke City long ball, passes it back to Jamie Cumming, tries kicking it forward to the far left, but Chamadou passes it long to no, Moore grabs that one, intercepts it before he could get down on the ground. Mizuni tries, Wilmot intercepts that one. We're not going to go ping pong ball, are we? Gibson, Bokat, Kumas, Kioso grabs that one for Oxford. Can Kioso do anything with this? No, gives it back to McCochran, across to Mizuni. Look at the other games. Man United are still winning 2-0. Leeds United are still losing 1-0. It's 57 minutes there. Millwall 0, Luton 1, 60 minutes. Oxford here 1-0, and we're on 60 minutes. 61 minutes. Cumming grabs that one before he gets anywhere near a dangerous position. And he can kick it out to Wilmot, and Stoke City now trying to pull back. But McCochran grabs that one. McCochran's been playing really, really well. And Rodriguez with that cross was absolutely clinical. And saying that, Rodriguez loses it to Wilmot right on the edge of the box. And Wilmot kicks it out. And Stoke City can try and build from the back. They need 1. We have Mansfield 1, Cambridge 1, and Northampton 1, Wycombe 2. Both on 62, 63 minutes.
Just to confirm, by the way, there is just the one change that Stoke made there with Kumas coming off for Sidibe. Here comes Goodrum down the right-hand side for Oxford. Overlapping run from his fullback, Kioso. He gets it back off Rodriguez.
Sidibe.
Sidibe,
Kumas for Sidibe for Stoke. McCochran there on the right-hand side. Goodrum back to Cumming. Tries to put long diagonal ball to the right wing, but Bokat's even to that one and kicks that one out, and it'll be an Oxford throw-in. Cottage is short. Kioso, Rodriguez, Kioso, Rodriguez, Moore, back to Cumming. And yeah, we are definitely trying to play this game out from the back, or even play it for a 1-0 win. Wilmot is again. All the interceptions from Stoke have been Wilmot. Nearly every single one. Chamadou a little bit quiet today for Stoke. Bokat has been. I don't think he's had a very good game at all. I think I would be thinking about taking him off, to be quite honest. He's looking at some of the other games here. So still 1-1 and 1-2 in the other one in League One, and 1-0 on each one of the games in the Championship. There's Goodrum now, back in the defence, back in his own box, playing this really, really slowly. Oxford. This is reminiscent of the sort of Wigan. You know, the old days in the Championship where Wigan would be like, we're not moving. If we get tackled, we're going to kick it out, and it's going to be. You know, they're slowing the game down as much as they dare. Let's see if they manage to get away without a yellow card, because they certainly are. Come away. I'm just going to have a look at some of the other games on the on the other app. So we move apps.
Yeah, Highline pulled ball back towards the penalty spot. It was good play from Manhoff, who played it down the line to Andrew.
And we'll stay with the radio on it as we go to Leeds Burnley. Let's go to Leeds Burnley. It's Leeds 0, Burnley 1. Let's see what the timeline says. It's been, oh my God, it's all in the second half. It's been completely Leeds. The stats is 73% possession to Leeds United, and they're losing 1-0 to Burnley at home. And this is what I'm saying, and I keep saying it. Leeds United, 13 shots on goal. 13. And yet, 3 shots on target. Whereas you've got Burnley, 7 shots. 3 shots on target, 1 goal. And it doesn't matter having 13 shots. Really doesn't. If they're not on target, 10 of those have been off target. So it's not, you've got to get them on target, and they're like not ricocheting off players or completely off target. So, as I say that, Burnley have just managed to get into the box, but Ampadu has pulled it out. And up to Laurent for Burnley, because he's intercepted that one. And Nonto's grabbed it off Laurent as a shot. Oh, Burnley goal kick. It went there. He managed to catch that one, which shows exactly how weak the shot was. But Leeds there had a shot on target, but just very, very weak, and wasn't going to catch the goalkeeper out whatsoever. And Burnley, Laurent again. He's rolled it to Laurent, and then Arneson's grabbed it from the defender and tried to toe poke it through, but then the goalkeeper kicks it out. And Arneson then grabs it again and has another shot, but again it's off target. And Leeds United, it's gone completely out. He must have followed through on a Burnley player, because the Burnley player is now down. Burnley are making a substitution. So Burnley, let's see what they're going to do. So Burnley look like they're going to try and keep Leeds United out of that back third. They're going all out defence now. They're 1-0 up. They're against the Kosh. They've got 28% possession, but when they get forward, they're getting class shots on target. So looking at the stats, looking at the game here, it looks like Leeds may very well equalise, but they're going to have to get some more shots on target. So Estevez passes it back to Trafford. Always dangerous passing it across the goal. Worrell, Humphreys on the right. Streak grabs that one. Streak. Leeds United with Streak.
What can the Dutchman create? Plays out wide to the right-hand side. Moran with a cross. Did he get a deflection?
Let's come away from that one. So Leeds are certainly pushing in that game. We're going to Millwall. We'll go down the teams now. We'll go down all these games because we are on about 70 minutes. So we can afford to go down each game. And the substitution happening in a minute for Luton. Millwall, in the second half, we've had Cooper come off and Honeyman come off. and Hutchinson and Aziz come on. And for Luton, we've had in the second half we've had Adebayo come off and Morris come on. So we seem to be sort of pulling back to players who are a little bit more sort of midfield minded there. So Luton are trying to pull back and say, well, we need this first win. We're going to bloody, 10 man behind the ball. Let's see what the actual game's looking like. As Luton have it in midfield, lose it, get it back again, pass it back to McGuinness. And look at the timeline.
Defending in the end by Elliot Moore, who stuck out a leg, it looped up into the air, and then nowhere.
One yellow card each at Millwall.
That's why Jamie Cumming grabbed it. But in the last couple of minutes, you alluded to it, Eric, with these changes, Stoke
Luton are starting to pull back. They're starting to. Millwall are coming back into the game, but they're just not. Doesn't look like they're making much inroad. But Watmore now, Duncan Watmore on the left-hand side for Millwall. Can he do anything with this? He can't get past that back line, the looks of it. And it's a free kick. Oh, good position for Watmore. Back with Tanganga. Tries pushing it through the middle, but kicks forward by Luton, but Jensen grabs it in the box. There's a little bit of panic around Luton's play. It's like, get the ball, kick it forward. Which is strange because they've pulled the players back to be more midfield minded. Like they grouped them in midfield. The players they've returned were Adebayo off for a sort of a more central striker. I call him more of a number 10 striker, really. Morris now loses it to Hutchinson, kicks it to the left, but Clark grabs it. There's not much quality. It doesn't look like much quality in this game. A little bit scrappy, a little bit ping pong ball. Like give it to each other and see who can manage to keep the ball for more than 2 or 3 passes. So Millwall 0, Luton 1, 72 minutes. I wouldn't base this. I wouldn't expect Luton to extend the lead. Millwall may be able to make something of Luton's pullback, but Saville, Tanganga for Millwall, can they do it? They are at home. They should pushes it forward, but McGuinness grabs it for Luton. You can't do long balls against them because they pulled their players back, and it's far too many orange shirts there. McGuinness grabs it again from a long ball, and he kicks it out. Hutchinson for Millwall. Jensen, Tanganga. Hello there. Hello, Panara. We're sort of looking around the games now to see whether we expect any goals anywhere. Millwall are sort of coming back into the Luton game, but if anybody supports any team, then please tell us and I'll go down and have a look at your particular team. They're not doing too much at all. I don't live too far away from Southampton. Let's have I'm going to do what I don't usually do, because I don't usually look at these. Let's have a look at the stats from the Southampton Man United game. Blimey, 45% possession to Southampton, 55 to Man United, 33 dangerous attacks each, 6 shots for Southampton, 15 for Man United. And you see the difference is they've got 9 shots on target, which is pretty good.
And it may well have to come off here. It'll be a real blow for Oxford. Stoke are making more changes, by the way. I'm sure that was Jon S, who's one of them that has come off. Definitely Tom Cannon is one making way.
So still Southampton 0, Man United 2. Burnley are winning 1-0 away at Leeds. Luton are winning 1-0 away at Millwall. Oxford are winning 1-0 at home. Oh, we missed a goal in League One. We missed a goal in League One, and it's my team to watch. It's Mansfield 2, Northampton 1, and Mansfield have 22. I don't think so. I think we'll have to change that, won't we?
It's not Dembele is coming off. I think it's Kekra, in fact, who's going to make way. So it's like a bit of a like-for-like swap.
I hate it when he does that.
To midfield. A few fresh legs coming on from both teams now. They're looking a little bit tired. Both
So we'll change that.
sides as we move into the final 15
I don't want it to be 22, do I?
Kekra and Tegel on for Cannon. Confirmation of the other change.
It's a lot easier on the other software. The other software which I tried to get in was so much better and slicker than this. But we'll try that at 3 o'clock, see if we can quickly get the other software working. But Mansfield now 2 up against Northampton. Northampton 1, Wickham 2. As we said up there, so we've still got that. Let's see what the stats are like. Yeah, I mean, Northampton have had 5 shots, 2 on target. Wickham have had 11 shots, 5 on target. At the minute, there's only one winner to this, and it's going to be Wickham. Northampton started so well and let a goal in. But they carried on playing really well, got the equaliser, and then they just petered out. Wickham just built all the way up to half-time, and all the way from half-time, they've just looked a lot more solid. Scowen's been playing well for Wickham. Long ball again. They're still playing the long balls. Wickham. As Humphreys grabs a through ball from Northampton, pass it to the back, then back forward to McCleary. Tries crossing it, but Zanev for Northampton kicks it out the box to Taylor. Tries kicking it long ball into middle, but Baldwin grabs it. Guthrie. Managed to get to Sam Hoskins. He's trying to make his way to the box. He can pass it back to Fosu, but his cross is rubbish. And Scowen can come back out and to the goal scorer, Udo. Udo now runs to the halfway line, down the left-hand side, loses it to Fosu. And Fosu tries running it back across the halfway line into the Wickham territory. And he's managed it. And Harvey managed to intercept that one for Wickham. So plenty of long balls from Wickham. As Wickham make a substitution there. So Wickham are... red card at Southampton. Red card at Southampton. So Southampton are now down to 10 men. Jack Stevens being sent off. Are you going, Shaylee? Thank you very much for coming. Remember, like, share. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, you can subscribe to this one as well, Shaylee.
Harris now onto this right-hand side, shooting opportunity, great save,
I'm going back to this game. I'm going back to watch this game, and Mizuno shoots, and Mizuno nearly it's off target for Oxford. Oxford are actually well on top here now. But Oxford really are on top. I'll see you again, Shaylee. Do remember to sub if you're not. The Stoke City goal kick, I think. No, it's a corner. Well, who'd have thought? Corner comes in. Lee shoots. Oh, it's bounced off a player. Oh, Kyoso shoot. Another shoot. Then that one's caught by the goalie who kicks it straight out. And Stoke City managed to ricochet off an Oxford player. It's actually great. A really dangerous throw-in from... and that comes backwards. Try the right-hand side. Try crossing it in. Oxford then pass it there. Kick it out on Stoke City's right. And to Chamadou. Moran. Stoke City now in a dangerous position. Oxford are going to have to clear this one. Thompson. Kumas, back to Kumas. Stoke City cross it in, but Moore kicks that one out. And Moore stops that one at the right point in time there. Stoke City are now starting to come back. And it's 81 minutes. And Stoke City are pushing forward as Oxford make a substitution. And I can only think they're going to start to try and get some fresh legs in there and try and pull back into defence. So substitution now. We'll wait for the substitution for Oxford. As that's happening, we'll make sure the other games are still 1-0. They are there. 2-1 in the one. So nothing happening as yet. 81 minutes in most of them. Leeds United actually 75 minutes. Stoke City have a cross. Oh, and Moran has a shot, but it's off target. And Oxford can try and build now from the back as Stoke City just couldn't get that on target. Where's the goalie going to put this? Is he going to? I doubt he's going to do it long. I think he's going to go it short. Let's see what he does. Yeah, short to Moore. Back to the goalie. Kicks it to the middle line from Eboe. Eboe now. Crosses it. No. 1-2. Gets it. Gives a shot, but Victor Johansson saves that one. And Victor manages to have a nice little 1-2 there with Eboe. And Victor Johansson tries to play it out to Wilmot, and he does. Thompson. And Eboe really played well there. That was a pretty smart bit of 1-2 work there. Oxford United now really pulling back. Let's see what the lineup's done. So Mizuni scored that goal. We've just had McCochran come off, replaced by Will Volks. So Will Volks now, another ex-Rotherham player. Siegel now for Stoke City. Oh, that was a bad one. Harris. Oh, he gives it to Eboe. Eboe has another shot, and it bounces back. Harris has another shot, and it goes out. And oh my God, how did you miss that? There are two shots, and it gets launched into the Oxford area. And this is this is going from one side to the other now. The Oxford game is he's 84 minutes, 6 minutes of normal time. I can't actually tell you whether this is going to have a goal or not. This is absolutely one way to the other. Wilmot now who's had a really good game, I think, for Stoke City. I think that, and he passed it forward to Seagull, and Seagull has a shot, and it's a shot. It's off target.
Rodriguez back into the area, and another opportunity, and it's clear by Jamedo all the way forward.
And it's now Stoke City's turn to attack.
Oxford have the possession again, in towards Harris in the left-hand channel, and he's gone too soon. The flag has gone up for offside, and it will be a free
it is
kick.
offside.
Stoke City were very nearly facing defeat there.
There he goes. Up to the other side. No, goal kick for 20 seconds behind. Goal kick to Oxford. Kicks it forward. Wilmot. Lose it to Rodriguez. Give it to Harris. Harris to Goodrum. Goodrum now for Oxford United. Mazzuni tries crossing it into the box, but it's a little too light. Wilmot kicks it out. Will Volts now. What can he do? He's got a mean foot on him, but he passes it back to Kyoso, who tries kicking it in. Comes straight back out to him. He kicks it in again, but Bokat grabs it this time. Didn't learn the first time, so he did it a second time. Bokat pushes it forward to far left. And Kumas now is right in the corner. He's hemmed in. And free kick.
Going as far as Rodriguez, it falls into the path here of Fultz, and then Rodriguez on again. Now on that far side, there's a chance for Boye to get the ball in.
Crosses it to the Moore grabs. It crossed quite a little bit too heavy, and it gets headed back in. But the goalkeeper kicks it out. Going as far as Bokat for Stoke. Long effort, but not very good. And it's a goal kick to Oxford with 86 minutes 38 gone. Oxford are probably trying to keep it a little bit light now, because they don't really want to be losing it at this point in the game. Oxford United now.
Good tackle and good play by Kumas. Corner kick, left footed, that Wolf will take it. 4 minutes remaining for Stoke to get an equaliser.
Oxford United really taking their time with this goal kick. And what did I say earlier? I'm just surprised if somebody doesn't get a yellow card. Really will. They're still waiting to take this goal kick.
And that's good defending from Greg Lee, who just sees it out on that far side. Well, just think, Eric, before we've had 86 and a half minutes, you haven't had the yellow card in this game.
Eventually does it, gives it away to Gibson.
No, sorry, I'll bring that back, because Jamedo actually was yellow carded for Dembele when they broke away with that shot was parried away.
Stoke City throwing in their own half. Back to Gibson. Wilmot. Forward to Chamadou. Forward to Ennis. Ennis now, what can he do from the right-hand wing? Can he cross it in? Try and get away from the defenders. Pulls it back. Back to Ennis. Oxford just have an answer for every ball that comes in. Even Ennis's balls are just met with almost disdain by the Oxford defence. And it gets headed back for coming in the goal. Let's see how long it takes for him to kick it out. Oh, he's kicked it long, and it's to a defender who passes it back to Johansson, and up from the left it goes to the right to Moran. Back to Wilmot. It's 1 minute left of normal time as Wilmot goes up the right-hand side. Can he do anything? He can get it to Manoff on the right, crossing it in, but Brown is kicking it out to Goodrum for Oxford. And the defensive lineup here is holding strong for Oxford as Oxford try to pass it out, but single, crossing it, but Cumming, that's a nice easy one for Cumming. You can't give it so close to the Oxford goalkeeper as that, because he's just going to pluck it out there. And now Cumming will take his own time about this, because there's only 15 seconds of normal time. Eventually kicks it out, but Gibson grabs it. Oh, Harris is doing well. He passes it back, grabs it, intercepts it, grabs it, pulls it back to Volks, and tries giving it back to him, but Moran grabs it intercepts it for Stoke, pushes it out. Oxford throw in. They could do a really good throw here. 4 minutes extra time.
Missed by 2 Stoke players, and Jamie Cumming gathers it gratefully. There's one touch there, Eric, from a toe, and it could have been an equaliser. Yeah, it's a really, really good cross. I think it's Thompson on there.
It's hit back out to. It's actually tried passing out to Mazzuni, I think, and the Stoke player Sengel grabs it and tries passing it across to the right hand side, but Lee grabs it. What is running around? He's in the Stoke area. Grab Goodrum in the Stoke half. Pass it back to Will Volks. Oh, tries a cross. That's a poorly angled cross, and Bocat can grab that one for Stoke. Kick it out, and Oxford have a throw in. Really dangerous throw in this. This is right against the. It's closer than the penalty spot. As Oxford United now with a throw in. Short to Kyoso. Harris. It comes out, and it's a Stoke City throw-in. This has to be one of he's giving it to Volks. Bocat fortunately grabs it back, kicks it, but only as far as Moore on the halfway line. Mizuno tries to kick it through. Manoff tries running. Manoff now on the right-hand side for Stoke. This could be one of the last chances as we hit 92 minutes of 94. 92 of 94, and it's a free kick to Manoff now. Now he's given a throw into Oxford. Went to a Stoke player, to an Oxford player. It's Will Volks. Will Volks, his favourite position, that, and he loses it, but grabs it back. Gives it back to James Cumming. Cumming now will surely try and win. No, he hasn't. He's kicked it, and he's kicked it out. And it's not much. Stoke throwing. They throw it back to Wilmot. Kicks it all the way to far left, and one of these Oxford defenders just kicks it out for safekeeping. And this is actually a dangerous throw-in for Stoke. Stoke City now have a throw-in, and if they don't tend to do it long, and they've done it short to Gibson, and they're going to just try and get it across the other side. Yeah, they tried moving it to the opposite side and then back to the left, but it gets kicked out for another Stoke throw-in, even closer to the corner flag. And Stoke have probably this last chance to save the game. It's Oxford 1, Stoke 0. Throw-in to come. 20 seconds to go. And Stoke City now have to take this a bit quicker than this. Moore grabs that one and kicks it out. to Lee. Lee now kicks it out. Boca, single. Oh, Cumming grabs that one and runs it out to the left-hand side. And that was nearly an equaliser by Stoke. It was so close. In the last dying seconds of the game. And that must be the end. As Cumming now has the ball in his own area, and that was very nearly a goal in the last few seconds, and it is. It's Oxford 1, Stoke City 0.
Inside the penalty area, calm yourselves down. Some of the Oxford fans have sneaked out, trying to get away early.
So the other games are Leeds United 0, Burnley 1 still. Oxford 1, Stoke City 0 is finished. And Man United have just scored again. That's Southampton 0, Man United 3. Millwall have just gone over 95 minutes. Mansfield have finished Mansfield 2, Cambridge 1. 96 minutes at Northampton. So it's Northampton 1, Wickham 2. As Wickham tried another long ball, they never failed to stop doing these long balls all the game. Northampton just couldn't get it. It doesn't look like Northampton had an answer to it. And as McGowan is running around in the... get rid of that radio station for a minute. Get rid of the Oxford game because that's finished. Northampton, grab it back. McGowan trying to get crosses it in, but Wickham can collect that one, and he should be able to just walk that one out of the box with just 40 seconds to go at Northampton. It's Northampton 1, Wickham 2. The long ball experts have spoken, and they are looking like they are going to win that one. So the only other game left at the minute is Leeds United 0, Burnley 1. Leeds United now throw in their own half. As Millwall 0, Luton 1 is a final score. Oxford 1, Stoke City 0 is a final score. Leeds United are on the attack with another 4 minutes left to play there. There's 8 minutes extra time at Leeds United at Ellen Road. And Pirot is on the right-hand side at the minute. Mansfield 2, Cambridge 1 is a final score. Northampton 1, Wickham 2. That should be, that should be a final score. Not yet. Trafford now for Burnley. Burnley just trying to keep that ball out of anything that's got a white shirt. Northampton now has been called. It is Northampton 1, Wickham 2. And the last game that we've got is Leeds United versus Burnley. And it's Struijk for Leeds United. But he loses it to Anthony. And Burnley can try and put this game to bed. If only Nonto had the same idea, because Nonto grabs it from him and tries running towards the halfway line, and he receives a really hard whack from a Leeds player. And it said Nonto. You're saying it was Nonto's fault, right now, and Nonto gets the yellow card. I thought it was the other way around. From the information, Cullen. So Cullen there for Burnley. What's he going to do on the right-hand wing? The right wing, close to his box, and he's going to just pass it round the back end, I think. Yeah, we're going to be playing this ball backwards. Tries pushing it forward through the past the line to the right-hand side, but Leeds United, Groyev intercepts that one. Tries pushing it down their right, but Perez grabs that for Burnley. Passes it back to Laurent, and Laurent misses that one, miskicks it, and it goes out for a Leeds throw. Now, Leeds have a short throw in, and Fernandez on the edge of the box. What's he going to do? It's back and cleared. Just bad pass by Leeds. Burnley get a throw in. And Burnley have a throw in their own area, right by the corner flag. And there's 1 minute. 1 minute and 6 seconds to go as Burnley throw it in. Byram grabs that one quite easy. Rothwell, and he goes into Fernandez. Fernandez on the edge of the box. But Humphries manages to kick that one out. We thought, Masango managed to pick it up as well for Burnley. 1-2 with Cullen, but Strake intercepts it, and Strake can try and push it forward for Leeds. They really don't have much time now. Half a minute for Leeds United as Strake now comes up through the centre circle. Passing it back. We're going to keep it in midfield. You don't need to be keeping it in midfield, Leeds. You need 10 seconds to get this into the box. We go over the 98 minutes. Is the ref going to call that? Oh, whoa! And right at the last minute, that strike was taken out by a Burnley player. Burnley have a red card. And Leeds pass it forwards are going to be at least another 30 seconds in that case as Leeds United pass it down. Nonto crossed it, but Trafford kicks that one out, and it's Burnley are really playing it very dangerous now. I'll try and find out who's got the red card. Can't find out. But yeah, they've got a red card. Leeds United now trying to get the ball off them. They've got it back in their own area. Strike on the left. Oh, I lose it to Houdini. Hutondi. Oh dear, losing it. Grayev grabs it back for Leeds. He's really going to have to do something here because it's only the time for the red card that's for Burnley that they've got now. And it was Bashir Humphries that got the red card for Burnley. That must be it, as Groyev just can't lose it to Cullen, though. I thought he was going to just kick it out, but he's tried playing it and he's lost it to Cullen. And Burnley can try and cross it, but it's full time. And it's Leeds 0, Burnley 1, and it's 10-man Burnley that win the game at Ellen Road, and it's finished with a Burnley win there. Bashir Humphries getting a red card on 90 minutes plus 8, and we'll just go through the scores. Leeds 0, Burnley 1. Millwall 0, Luton 1, Oxford 1, Stoke 0, and Oxford were for large periods just belting it forward down the middle, and Stoke had absolutely no idea what to do until about the last 15 minutes. Into League One, and we see Mansfield, my team to watch if you want to have a look at that video. Mansfield 2, Cambridge 1, and Cambridge did actually play quite well with us, with the look of it. Northampton 1, Wycombe 2. So Northampton came out of the blocks playing really, really well, but actually it was Wycombe that managed to score first, and then Northampton grabbed that equaliser. But then all of a sudden, Wycombe just from about 10 minutes before the half time, Wycombe just took over the game and managed to win that one in the second half. And it became Northampton 1, Wycombe 2. And we shall now leave you for a minute. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. I need your like and I need your subscribe. How many likes got? Not enough. 3. Come on. Give me the like button. Give me the subscribes. And we'll see you again for the next watch along at, oh my God, 10 minutes time. See you soon.